Professor Cheney back, and today we're going to do a context video. I have a bunch of stuff that I'm going to open in the next coming videos. I've got some stuffed animals out because my little 1-year-old nephew is coming over and I need to teach him how much bugs are awesome. So I have a, I also have to teach him what Pokemon's awesome. So we got Master Ball, we got a nice spider, giant spider, and then a small spider finger puppet. Remember, I am a professor of entomology. We're working towards that. Right now I'm a professor of environmental science, but we'll get to entomology. And entomology is a part of environmental science, so we know that collecting bugs inspired Pokemon. And this is my cat, Ginger. Say hi! Alright, Ginger's just going to join us. We're going to open these in the next coming videos. But first, I want to show you kind of how I organize my Pokemon cards. If you look over here, I have folders for Pokemon by Pokedex order, and I give them all a sheet, and I will look at each of the binders individually eventually, but right now I just want to show you. I have Kanto, there's a second Kanto, I just haven't labeled it yet. Johto Hoenn, Sinnoh's label keeps falling off, Unova, Kalos, and that also has Alola in it. I haven't differentiated yet, because there aren't as many cards for Kalos and Alola yet. And a support for all the trainers and energies, etc. I do keep my checklists. I've almost completed the Double Crisis set. I've got a checklist for Guardians Rising, which we're going to consult when we open these guys. Steam Siege. My first checklist. My first Elite Trainer box. When I first started recollecting Pokemon cards seriously, I collected them when they first came out. I'm old. I got bait set stuff and all that. And then I collected a few here and there in the sets in between. Base set and Steam Siege. I collected usually a couple, I would say I got a couple of, packs per most of the sets, but I didn't really understand how the packs worked, how you had them in a certain order, and you always got 3 uncommons and 1 rare. I felt like I was always getting the same cards, because those were the commons. I didn't understand there was a formula, so once I started getting the same cards after a while, after opening 3 or 4 or 5, packs, usually I would kind of stop buying them until a new one came out, because I felt like I was getting the same ones over and over again. I didn't understand the concept of collecting. I did get a lot of black and white. In fact, I like to say that I learned all of the Unova Pokemon through the card game, because for some reason I kind of had a little boost in my collection when black and white came out. So I have a lot of black and white base, emerging powers. I have a lot of those. And then I kind of drifted off again and really got serious with Steam Siege. And then I went back, and of course I got a Fates Collide. But there weren't really any more earlier mystery power boxes, not mystery power boxes, but my brain's dying. I don't know why. Elite Trainer boxes. Yeah, I know what they are. So then ever since then I've gotten the, so we got Evolutions, we got Generations, of course. We got Sun and Moon. We got it all, and I have really done well at completing my Steam Siege collection. It's one of my favorite sets because it's the set that I really got serious with. So, as you can see, I go through these and I check off the cards that I've got. So then I know which ones I have, and then I transfer 1 of each unique-looking card. So I would put in a, if I have a reverse and a regular, I would put them both in there. But if I find any doubles, then I set them aside. I either put them in little binders for fun. Here's one of my little binders. These are all cards that I already have copies of. I have 2 special binders where I have individual cards. I started doing that when I went to Japan in 2006, right when Diamond and Pearl came out. I got a lot of Japanese cards. I got a small wave of collection came back then, but not really a big one. Not as big as Black and White, and certainly not as big as when I initially collected Base Set and Jungle and Fossil, and then when I went back and came after Steam Siege. So what we have here is my check marks. I've got a lot of them. I'm so happy to have my Yanmega break. I am very happy to get a lot of these. I've got a lot of these, not all of them. I still have a lot of full arts to get, but I've got a good selection. Yeah, I've still got some to go, but I don't pick up Steam Siege as often because you know, I'm being a little in a practical situation. Well, I'm only a part-time professor, so I have to be a little bit wise about the funds, but I have some really good card shops where you can buy just the cards that you need in a couple different places. So I've been collecting pretty good since then, and I just a little late to the game because I stepped out for a small financial break when Guardians Rising first came out, but now I'm getting back into it a little bit. I'm not going overboard, but I still have a lot to fill in for Guardians Rising, which we'll do when we open these guys here. And here's the cards that I just went through and I just opened recently. So some from Guardians Rising, a couple cool things from Steam Siege. I got a Pyroar break finally. Through a couple recent packs I just randomly picked up, and those are ready to go into the binders because I know I don't have any more of that. Those are the first ones of those cards that I have. So I keep track pretty well. I've got a spreadsheet going where I want to actually record every card I have. It's a big job, so I've gotten part of it done, but not all of it. I'll get back to it and show it to you guys eventually. But right now I have those binders, and I do them in dex order. I don't do them in set order. I just trying to catch them all, as they say, and get as many of each type of Pokemon as I possibly can. So I'm not desperate to complete all these, but it's still fun to make a little check mark when you get something. So right now these guys are waiting. After I open these, we'll add them all the new ones together and plop them into the binders. So that's just kind of a brief introduction to how I collect cards. And moving on, we're going to cut to the next few videos, so stay tuned. Say bye, Ginger. Nope, she's asleep. Bye-bye.